Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome.
Ebony has put everybody in trouble, messing up everybody because of her desperation to want to take Queen Naomi's place. Now, the truth remains that no matter how much you try, you can never be Queen Naomi. And Ooni of Ife will continue to love Queen Naomi because Queen Naomi did not force herself into the palace of the Ooni of Ife. Neither did Queen Naomi, maneuver her way or, push for a love that is not her own. Now, because of the fact that they never wanted Queen Naomi's full moon ritual to succeed, they now went and plotted with one man, a man whom Ooni of Ife has helped over time. They said this man in question has been so helped by the Ooni of Ife. They said recently he lost everything in his cocoa business. It was Ooni of Ife, the same Kabiyesi, that made sure the man did not go bankrupt, provided resources for this man to start up a new business, gave the man a loan of 60 million naira and asked the man to pay only 20 back to him. The man has been very close to the Ooni of Ife. Then I don't know why people are like this, okay? So right now, they said that before the full moon ritual, I came here and I told you guys what happened. They went to go and spread the blood of a dog inside the palace. Why did they do that? They did that for the gods to be very upset. And you know that the gods are not usually quiet. When something goes terribly wrong inside the palace, the gods will react to it, and Ooni of Ife will know, everybody will know, and whatever it is that they need to do that day, they will not do again. So they wanted to hinder the second full moon ritual so that it will be delayed. They went to go and spray dog blood, and it would have been better if a person who doesn't know did that, but it was one of their own that did that, and they said that they are not taking it quite kindly. Now, the worst part of it is that this man who was involved in this is a member of the Odua traditional court. Now, it's like you, do you know how bad it is for anybody to know that you are the one who is supposed to uphold the law and you are the one breaking the law? It is a deeply, troubling event, okay? This deeply troubling event has rocked the palace of the Ooni of Ife as Odua. Traditional court has uncovered a spiritual treachery of the highest order, a respected male, a respected man of the palace, somebody who is supposed to be a custodian also of, the culture and tradition, was involved, okay, in something so treacherous. And Odua Traditional Court is saying, no, this one can never, ever, ever go unpunished. They said this man plotted, okay, and carried out a spiritual attack aimed at stopping Queen Naomi's full moon ritual, thereby committing an abomination in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. We are all aware of the full moon ritual, which Queen Naomi, performed in line with ancient Yoruba spiritual practices. Is meant to bring peace, healing, and divine direction, not only to the palace, but also to the entire Ife, kingdom. It is a night. It was a night of calm prayer and everything, okay, to restore peace in the heart of the Ooni of Ife, because, of course, it is believed that if his heart is at peace, everything is going to be okay. But I said trouble began when, this man and his allies. I don't know. Some people are saying the wives to the Ooni of Ife, others are saying this and that. It's a whole lot of drama going on right about now. So, to cut the long story short, according to the findings of Odua Traditional Court, this Baba, the owner of that cocoa merchant, had sent boys to smuggle a small container of dog blood into the palace shrine area, an act that is considered both a spiritual insult and an abomination. In Yoruba tradition, okay, blood sacrifices are delicate matters, and using a dog blood in a sacred space, especially without priestly permission, is seen as deeply defiling and rebellious, okay? The plan was simple, okay, but very evil. The plan was to contaminate, the spiritual ground before Queen Naomi could step into the space, thereby disrupting the ritual, confusing the spiritual flow, and casting her as unfit to lead as, to be a wife to the Ooni of Ife. The aim was to, spiritually weaken her position in the palace and embarrass her before the royal elders. And that was what this whole drama was, all about. Man, I keep wondering, how does a man this old, allow himself to be used like this? To be used like this. Ooni of Ife has been very kind to you. He's been more than a father to you, okay? If not that he is king. You're far, far, far older than this man. He has shown you love. He's shown you so much love, and you could do this to him. Why are people so evil is a question everyone is asking. They say after the purification and divination process, the truth came out clearly. The man had deliberately and had done it in consultation with an outside herbalist who has since been detained by the spiritual authorities. They said that witnesses confirmed that he was seen his driver was seen leaving the palace late at night with some boys. They thought that since he happens to be a regular, elder in the palace, nobody suspected that, he came there to do something so terrible, something so bad. He went ahead and he did what he did. It was a terrible, 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 terrible situation. This man did not do well at all. And right now, the Odua traditional court, summoned him for questioning in the presence of other royal custodians. Under intense spiritual pressure, he confessed, shaking, sweating, and crying. He said he was, tired of the way they were pressuring him to do these things. It wasn't just him. They have asked him to mention the people that are involved. The court, was enraged. They declared that his action were not only treacherous to the queen, but also a betrayer of the entire spiritual heritage of Ile-Ife. The use of dog blood in a sacred space is labeled a direct insult to Duduwa and the ancestors. Is offense, they say, is a stain on the palace. In a rare move, the court demanded his immediate banishment from the palace and all spiritual activities in Ife. He is to be publicly named and shamed and forbidden from entering any sacred site in Ile-Ife for the rest of his life. A cleansing ritual has already, continued in other areas of the palace, but before they went ahead to do Queen Naomi's full moon ritual, they had to do cleansing again. Kabiyesi spent a lot of money, and now he is calling names. They said as at this morning he's been calling names upon names upon names upon names. I don't have the detail of those names today. I'm going to bring you more names. It looks as if even people who are much, much, much closer to the Ooni of Ife were involved in this. I'm going to bring you more updates. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.